concepts and the words. So you see that all your videos are protected. Only you can access all these videos. No one else, even if I upload it on YouTube. But yes, if you have an access, you can give access to anyone. So we will, in this entire journey, what we will do, we will understand the select mantras and its meaning. We will learn it, and you will also be learning by singing it, reciting, so that you have at least 10 different mantras that you can sing and recite before any class. So you have a liberty. Second, that there is a book that is known as Tattva Bodha. It gives you the basics of understanding, the fundamentals of yoga. So we will be studying Tattva Bodha. And I've already requested you to have that book. Then we will also learn applied mindfulness, how to give the mindfulness practice. And then we will pick up another text. It says 40 steps to become the best person, to become the seeker, and that helps you grow your personality. So that is the second document, 40 steps. So we don't know how many steps we can cover, but we will try to cover as much as possible. So this is what I have written. So your homework and practice will be learning by listening, learning by writing the summary of what you have heard, learning by practice, learning by sharing your experiences, whatever the practices that you do. So you can share your experiences by email or in the next session. And if you have any doubt, minimum you should be listening 2 times or 3 times. So after listening, if you have any doubt, just write down. In the next session, we will remove that doubt. Why? So that your intellect is settled in that knowledge. Why should be settled in that knowledge? Anytime, anywhere, anyone asks you, and you are ready to answer. So internally, you become the best, and you also become teacher to yourself. That is all about assignment in whatever we are learning. So this is what. So let us chant first together. First I will chant, then you will follow it, and after that we will do it together, so that you keep that document in front of you. The first mantra, transliterated, is already there below.
Mm-hmm.
So Om Purnamadah,
Om
Om
Purnamada.
Purnamadah,
Om.
Purnamidam. Okay, let us start again.
Okay.
Om Purnamadah.
Om Purnamada.
Good. Purnamidam.
Purnam idam.
Purnat.
Purnat.
Purnamaduchyate.
Purnamavadhyate.
Purnamaduchyate. Purnasya.
Purnasya.
Purnamadaya.
Purnam adaya.
Very good. Purnameva.
Purnam eva.
Vashishyate.
Vashishyate.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Shanti, Shanti.
Let us do it 2 times again. That's
Okay.
wonderful. Om Purnamadaha
Om Purnam Adaha
Purnamidam
Purnam Idam
Purnat
Purnat
Purnamaduchyate
Purnam Adachate
Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnamadaya
Purnam Adaya
Purnamiva Vashishyate.
Purnam Eva Vashyate.
You have to correct that transliteration. There is a second Purnamidam. So there is H. Instead of H, it should be M. Purnamidam. You see that? That is, so let us do it. Now see, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam.
Om Purnamada Purnamida
Purnamidam. Purnat Purnamaduchyate.
Purnam Not Purnam Adachate
Duchyate. Very good. Purnasya
Purmasya
Purnamadaya
Purnam Adaya
Purnamiva Vashishyate.
Purnam Eva Vashyate.
Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Now we will do it together. Let us start. Om
Om Purnam
Purnamidam.
Purnamidam
Together. Purna
Purnam
Purnamaduchyate Purnasya.
Purnam
Continue together. Purnamat
Purnamadaya
Purname
Purnam Eva
Vashishyate.
Vashyate.
Om
Om
Shanti
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 Shanti.
Shanti.
Om
Om
Purnamadaha
Purnamadaya
Purnamidam
Purnamidam
Purnamudachyate
Purnamudachyate
Purnasya
Purnam
Purnamadaya
Purnamaya Purnam
Purnameva
Eva
Vashishyate.
Vashyate.
Om
Om
Shanti
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 Shanti. Let us
Shanti.
do it together again. Om
Om Purnam
Purnamadaha
Adaha
Purnamidam
Purnamiham
Purnat
Purnam Anam
Purnamaduchyate
Purnamudachyate
Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnamadaya Purnameva
Eva
Vashishyate.
Vashyate.
Om
Om
Shanti
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 Shanti.
Shanti. So what this means that our real self is complete. Why it is complete? It is created by the complete existence. There are many meanings I have written. So, first thing, we are created by complete existence, whole existence. So, if we are created by the whole, we are the children of the whole. It means we are also whole and complete. So, what is the meaning? That existence which is whole created all of us who are also whole. And if anything is created by the complete, that creator will remain complete. What exactly is this meaning of the wholeness? Completeness. So if I am complete, if I am created by the completeness, then the mind is not in anxiety and suffering and problem. Why? I'm complete, I'm whole. Do you understand that? There
Yeah.
is another way to understand. You see that? You are the fullness, completeness. So if the mind is completeness, this mind, if I'm complete, then the mind is not craving outside for anything. What happens if it is craving? Then I have a problem in the mind. If I crave for something, what food you like?
Pasta.
Pasta. Okay, pasta. So you like pasta. So if the mind, you are hungry and the mind says pasta, and the pasta is not there, it means I feel the sense of incompleteness. Whatever the food comes on the table, let me eat it. It should be nutritious, it should be pure and good. Sometime we know that I must have a smartphone. Sometimes we think, sometimes we crave, we get into anxiety and reaction. So at those times, we have to remember that inside I am complete, mind is craving, and that craving will cause what it will cause? It will cause disturbances in the mind. So when any disturbances takes place in the mind, it means I have yet to discover that wholeness within me. Did you understand that point? I have yet to discover that wholeness. Why that wholeness? Wholeness is full of permanent peace and happiness, love and wisdom. It's one of the most wonderful mantras in yoga. So, what happens? That very existence, that supreme consciousness, that real self is always complete. That existence creates all of us, and still it remains complete. You have $1,000, you take $500 out of it. What is left? $500. This is not the nature of the real self. The real self always remains complete. The more peace and happiness you give to others, it increases manifold in you. Every time you educate others, you live into that real self, you pass on that peace and happiness. What happens? As you pass on, it increases manifold peace and happiness in you, love and wisdom in you. It increases knowledge and wisdom in you. Did you understand that part?
Mm-hmm.
The more I pass on the peace and happiness, I she is maybe around 25, 26. She attends the session on Mondays and Thursdays. So someone referred, she had lot of anxiety. In the first two sessions, she was totally, what we say in our country, pissed off. She was totally crying. But after the third session, when she started experiencing inner peace and calmness, now it has been more than a month, her anxiety has totally gone. So in every session, she folds her hand, she said, I'm so thankful to you. Why? It is because of the inner peace and happiness. It is because of the inner peace and happiness. So, why inner peace and happiness? Inside, real self is complete and whole. It is always full of peace and happiness. So, that is why this mantra. So, once we realize that wholeness in us, and then we express that. So, I was just giving a lesson to everyone, but she is so much moved. Her all anxiety, craving, sweating symptoms have gone. So, by this mantra, we can help people to get rid of the suffering. Two part. One is the practice, and other is the knowledge. We should talk about it. We should express about it. What you should express? See that existence is complete in itself, and that existence has created all of us. And if existence is whole, then we are also whole. Then what is that wholeness? That wholeness is the real self behind the body and the mind. And what is the attributes? What are the attributes of that real self? You already know. I told you again and again. It is pure awareness, it is permanent happiness, it is truth, it is love, it is wisdom. So when we explain that, we pass on the knowledge, that knowledge removes the ignorance, mind becomes pure, and then you do the practice, you enter into a deeper experience. So let us do how you help the people and yourself to do the practice. So let us do it. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Always remember, eyes are closed and looking at the body. That is how we become comfortable. How we become comfortable? First, we ask the eyes to be closed gently, adjust and align sitting in any posture that you already know. And once you align, then you look at the body. You look at the neck joint. Be there. You feel, what do you feel? You feel the sensation, you're comfortable, and you experience the steadiness. You look at shoulder joints. This time, we will go little deeper in being comfortable. How you go deeper, you see that? So in the beginning, you need not to guide people to go deeper unless they have attended couple of sessions and you experience the change. Look at the shoulder joint, good. Then you feel sensation being comfortable in steadiness and check if the mind is living within or it is going out. If it is living within, that is a perfect state to continue the journey. And then look at the entire body and all the joints of the body being, what do you feel? Sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Very good. And then keep looking deeper inside. If the mind is looking inside after you experience sensation, comfortable, and steadiness, what will happen? That is the right journey. You are going deeper. and for some time be carefree. So now see another way to be carefree. Become aware of the room outside the body, then become aware of the body, then become aware of the breath, and deeper than the breath are the thoughts, feeling and the sensations, and go behind that. So when you go behind, you are simply watching, aware as an observer of all these thoughts, feeling, and the sensations. You are carefree. So once we prepare, then comes the mantra. So we will recite 3 times. I will recite and then you. Om Purnamadaha. Loudly. Om
Om
Purnamadaha
Purnamadaha
Purnamidam
Purnamidam
Purnat
Purnat
Purnat Purnamaduchyate
Purnam Adachyate
Aduchyate Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnamadaya
Purnam Adaya
Purnamevavashishyate.
Purnam Eva Vashyate.
Good. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Beautiful. Second time. Om Purnamadaha
Om Purnam Adaha
Purnamidam
Purnam
Purnamidam
Idam
Purnat
Purnat
Purnat Purnamaduchyate
Purnam Adachyate
Purnamaduchyate Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnasya Purnamadaya
Purnam Adaya
Purnamaya Purnamevavashishyate
Purnam
Purnamevavashishyate.
Vashyate.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om
Om Shanti Shanti
Shanti
Shanti.
Shanti. Third time. Om Purnamadaha
Om
Om
Purnam Adaha
Purnamadaha Purnamidam
Purnam Idam
Purnamidam Purnat
Purna
Purnat Purnamaduchyate
Purnam Adachyate
Purnamaduchyate Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnasya Purnamadaya
Purnam Adaya
Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate
Purnam Eva Vashyate.
Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om
Om
Shanti Shanti
Shanti
Shanti.
Shanti. So keep your focus inside the forehead in the space. You keep looking into the space. So what happens when the mind is living within and it is looking At a point in the space, you instantly gain focus, and the mind remains pure. In that state of the purity, I will chant loudly, and then you chant mentally and keep looking inside the forehead in the space. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Second round. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. When you are doing it mentally with a focus deep inside the forehead, looking into the space, the mantra settles into your head. And you may see, if you are doing it regularly for 7 days, 2 times a day, what will happen? This mantra will vibrate in your head on its own. Third time. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamaduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now we will contemplate. So you simply remember also in English, there is one whole, wholeness, completeness. That is real self. That real self is behind the body and the mind. Keep looking deep inside the forehead and ask the mind, go behind the body and the mind. So normally it is located symbolically. It can happen even inside the forehead. Symbolically, we say it is located inside the heart. So move deep inside the heart. Become aware of the space, infinite, all pervading. Thoughts may be there. You are aware of everything, the body, breath, mind, thoughts, feeling. But deep inside, you are aware of the space. Everything is in the space. You, me, your house, your articles, my articles, other people, everything is in the space. But we hardly become aware of that infinite space, all pervading. Stay there. Stay there and experience calmness, peace. We are on a journey to discover that wholeness. So any thought enters into your mind, no worries. The moment any thought, feeling enters into your mind, take your mind deep inside the heart. Become aware of the space, infinite space deep inside. Stay there, be there. And if mind returns again, no problem. Now do nothing. Just remain as you are and experience that joy, that wholeness. Keep that knowledge in your mind. What we learnt about this mantra, we came from the whole, completeness. That is why we are the whole. So anytime, anything nasty enters into the mind, what you do? Just move the mind deeper within. I am complete. I am whole. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti mentally for your practice. But when you give the practice to others, obviously you have to speak loudly. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences, then bring the hands down. Practice is complete. How are you?
Good.
Good?
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
So if you like it and if you do it, so just, it's a 10 minutes. So in the morning and evening, 7 days, and see that how that mantra settles into your brain. You have enough time.
Hmm.
We are under COVID 19. It's a blessing in disguise. Do you go outside to play and meet with your friends?
I go skiing.
Ah, skiing.
Hmm.
There's a lot of snow there.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I want to come. Maybe. Let COVID 19 go down. Ask your dad if he allows me, I will come. We'll have many good sessions there.
Yeah.
So now let us come to the next topic. Tattva Bodha. Tattva Bodha is a book. And I think book has not yet to come to your house. Did you order
Um.
that?
Uh. I think my dad ordered them.
Ah, your dad. Okay.
Hmm.
So Tattva Bodha. Tattva Bodha means Tattva Bodha is a book that makes concepts clear, principles clear. So, if our concepts and principles are clear, then what happens? You have a right knowledge, you have a confidence to teach. And not only to learn for yourself to become better and better, but it also helps you to educate others. It explains you the very fundamentals. It helps you. ah. So, studying this text is easy, anyone can study. But yes, obviously, with the teacher, it is better to study first time with the teacher. So, we already know what we know, that this Eastern wisdom, I gave the 4 points: text, teacher, teaching, and the seeker. I have many students. They respect me, they love me. And when I start talking to them that, please understand this knowledge, they said, okay, we will do everything. We will take care. You can organize a workshop. We can prepare tea and coffee and arrange the studio. But don't tell us that we should listen to you. Without listening, you do not get a knowledge. So there are many types of seeker. So once there comes the Tattva Bodha. You are ready to listen, you are ready to learn. That is, makes you a seeker. What the seeker learns and listens, or she learns and listens from the knowledge. Where the knowledge is located? In the books of Eastern wisdom. How he listens? From the teacher. The teacher personalizes the teaching. Yeah? Teacher makes you understand there are a lot of things that needs a detailed explanation at different level. So you see that those people, when they do not come and listen to me, then I ask them, then I create an interest. Do you want to live in peace and calmness? Yes. Tell me, where is peace and calmness? They say, yes, it is eating pasta, or it is buying a car, or it is buying a home. Okay. So if peace is there in your phone or a car, then whenever you are suffering, sit inside the car, you will be peaceful. Is it possible? It is not possible, because car does not contain peace. No object outside contain peace. Peace is within you. So that is how I drag their mind to learn and listen. So where is the peace? Peace is inside you, but I don't feel the peace. Let us do the practice. So, majority of the people join. Other people are still very tough-minded, so they react. Don't worry about them. You need not to worry. You continue your journey. You know peace is inside, happiness is inside, so no need to worry. So this text, Tattva Bodha, points the truth, the knowledge of the real self. Knowledge of the real self. And again I'm repeating, what is that knowledge of the real self? That knowledge of the real self is what? It is pure awareness. It is permanent happiness. Do you still remember? It is truth. It is
Mm-hmm.
love. It is wisdom. And what about the teacher in the Eastern wisdom? Is well versed with these teachings, with these teachers. You see that? So simple. You want to learn physics. So you have to go to a physics teacher. Clear?
Yeah.
Now, if the physics teacher says, okay, forget about Einstein, Archimedes, Newton, I will teach you a new physics. How come you teach a new physics? That's a wrong approach. I have to take the help of the teacher text. Do you see that? I have
Yeah.
to take who has taught physics. So there are hundreds of scientists who discovered many principles of physics. So I will always say, come on, here is a Newton's law of motion. Understand it. That is what we are doing. That is what we are doing. That is the way and how the teaching goes. Remember, you once you are going to be a teacher, there are three things important. You teach by principle, you teach by example, you teach by story. So you may start with the story, you may start with the principle directly that real self in you uh, is full of peace and happiness. This is principle you're talking. You may start with the statement peace is your essential nature. Do you realize? No. Let me explain you. Third point, you teach by story. First, you tell a story. I have given you a lot of stories. Do you remember the story of monkey? Monkey
Yes.
became
Yeah.
you see that? So that is how you make people understand. Because the mind is not ready to listen and learn these principles. Why? Because mind is moving outside. So once I learn all these terms and small principles from the Tattva Bodha, then it becomes easy for me to uh, easy for me to grasp this knowledge. Now, see, the mind should be pure to discover the real self. I have given you one story. A businessman approached a monk for initiation into mindfulness or meditation. The monk smiled and said, okay, I will initiate you. When? I will meet you next time. I will give you the place and the date that I decide. What the businessman said, yes, I'm ready to pay any price that you want. But initiate me into meditation today. The businessman said, I will arrange your travel and take care of all your needs. I am ready to pay the price. I request you to give me awakening and meditation. What businessman said, you give me peace. I'm ready to pay you any price. You give me happiness. I'm ready to pay you the price. But monk did not agree. Monk said, I will meet you, don't worry. So after a few months, he reached the house of a businessman. He knocked the door and moved his bowl for a price for initiation. Pay attention and let me know the message there. So the businessman put all the diamond golds representing the wealth and the prosperity of the world. The businessman saw the bowl and said, I will prepare the best food, give you the money you desire, and other objects of the world. The monk said, now the problem comes for a businessman. What the monk said, oh, my son, how can I put the wisdom of the self? How can I put the knowledge of the self in your mind when you are already filled with the objects of the world, wealth, possessions? Your mind is already full. When the mind is full of all these crazy stuff, how can I help your mind to be in peace and happiness? Did you understand that part? When the mind is constantly thinking about the objects of the world outside, how can I be in peace and happiness? I have yet to think that real self is inside, which is full of peace and happiness. Did you get the message clear?
Yeah.
Now, why I feel that wealth, possession, money gives me happiness? Because I have a craving for it. One, because the mind thinks I can get happiness by having lot of money, by having a big house, by having two phones. Let us have it. If you have that, let us have it. But remember, what is the knowledge here? But remember, peace and happiness are not outside. It is always inside. Where the mind is looking outside. So, as long as the mind is looking outside for peace and happiness, I cannot be happy inside. So, what should I do? What is the journey of the yoga? Moving the mind that is moving outside, it has to move inside. Do you see that? Did you understand that? This
Yeah.
is what knowledge in detail is understood in the path of yoga. So, if you see the next topic, first we understand there are four category of books. First category is known as complete books. Complete books. And these complete books are Upanishads. Second category of complete books is known as Smriti. It is known as Gita. Third category of complete books is known as Sutra or the Nyaya. I have written in the first para. You see that? Three category of books in the Shastra, complete book and elementary text of Eastern wisdom, right? Complete books. First category, second category, third category. They all are complete books. Clear? First
Yes.
category is known as Upanishads. Second category is known as Smriti. Third category is known as Nyaya. Nyaya means it puts a logic to understand, to gain the right knowledge, to gain the knowledge rightly and correctly. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what happens? Say, for example, you are 12 years old,
13.
13. Okay. So now you have, did you study science?
Um, some, yeah.
Some. Did you study physics?
A little bit.
Little bit, yeah. So if I give you a complete book of atomic physics that is normally studied by a master's in master's degree, you will not get anything.
Yeah.
That is what the complete books. So that is why we have to study the basic text. So Tattva Bodha is a basic text by which we understand the terms and the topics. So once you understand the words and the topics clearly, then you not only it is good for you, but it is also good for huh, others, your students. Clear? That is why Tattva Bodha. Right? Now you have to give me right again answer of these four questions. A seeker becomes aware of the goal of life. If you are a seeker, you know the goal of life and also the goals in life. What is the goal of life? Goal of life is one common goal for every human being. What is that? Complete security, permanent happiness. You see that? Complete security, permanent happiness. Permanent happiness means that happiness is not drained. Fearlessness. Oh, we covered that fearlessness topic before.
Yes.
Huh? Are you still scared?
Sometimes, but not as much.
Sometimes. Remember the principles, work on it.
Mhm.
Total fearlessness. So, what is the goal of life? Complete security, permanent happiness, total fearlessness. How it comes? It comes by knowing real self. Simple answer. So, I have to work on discovery of the real self. I have to become good, better, and the best. This is the first part of it. Clear?
Yeah.
Now, the second part is what are the goals in life? And you have started thinking that you will have a studio, that means your profession, your career, your wealth, your family, your personal life. So, all you see that your professional, family, social, and family life is what is huh? The goals in life. Clear?
Yes.
So you're how you are a seeker? You are a seeker because your mind is aware that I'm seeking permanent security, complete security, permanent happiness, fearlessness by the knowledge of the real self. And you are 100% clear that total security, permanent happiness is not there in the professional, social, family lives, and also in wealth, in possession, huh? In craving. It is not there. I have to balance this. They are the parts of my goals in life. Two questions I'm giving you. You have to write and send me in detail. What are the positive traits you have? And what are the negative traits you have? And how to increase your positive traits? And what do you think how to drop the negative traits? Clear?
Yes.
So, what we do, let us take a break.